Hi again, everybody. Okay, in this video, we're going to take a look at our prospect pool. I found this article. Pretty good one, not too long. Let's look at it coming up. All right, guys. Shouldn't be a long one. It's like only 5-6 clips, this one, so we will get into it. I found an article that I found interesting in the hockey news, so let's take a look. Prospect pool overview, Buffalo Sabres. With names like Owen Power and Jack Quinn leading the way, the Buffalo Sabres have a bright future ahead of them. Tony Ferrari takes a deep dive look at the team's prospect pool. All right, and we will get into this. Here we go. It might be time to start taking the Buffalo Sabres seriously. The common, ridiculed franchise has been building quite the pipeline of prospects and young players over the last couple of years. General Manager Kevin Adams has done quite a good job of making the best out of bad situations such as the Jack Eichel saga or finishing near the bottom of the standings because of a subpar on-ice product when he came into the role of General Manager. The Sabres are on the brink of taking the next step towards challenging for the playoffs and being a more competitive team on a nightly basis. They expect to have young talent at every position on their NHL roster, from Rasmus Dahlin and Owen Power on the blue line to Peyton Krebs, Dylan Cousins, Tage Thompson up front. The Sabres project to be one of the youngest and one of the most entertaining teams, and that's exciting. The next wave features defensemen like Ryan Johnson, Mats Lindgren, and forwards such as J.J. Peterka, Jack Quinn, Matthew Savoy, Noah Ostlund, Jiri Kulich. Their goaltending pipeline is as deep as it gets in the NHL, with Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Topias Leninen, Eric Patillo, and Devin Levy all having NHL upside. Funny, eh? We just read this stuff and it gets so darn exciting. It really does. All right, let's look at the next clip. The strengths. With Power set to graduate from the prospect pool to the NHL roster, the clear strength of the Sabres pipeline is their sheer offensive firepower up front. Even with names such as Dylan Cousins and Peyton Krebs on the roster, both of which will be 21 years old to start the season, and half of 6 of their 12 projected forwards 25 or under, the Sabres still have the likes of Jack Quinn, J.J. Peterka coming at some point this year in all likelihood. The list doesn't end there, though. Oliver Nadeau and Isaac Rosen both had fantastic seasons. All 3 first-round picks from this year's draft are highly skilled. Russian forwards Alexander Kisakov and Prokhor Poltapov are also impressive talents in their own rights and may be the club's 8th and 9th best forward prospects. Buffalo could have some incredible firepower in a couple of years. Without a doubt, folks, without a doubt. I told you so. I told you so. Next clip. Weaknesses. There aren't many big weaknesses in a prospect pool as deep and strong as Buffalo's. The one area that sticks out is a lack of right shot defenders. Oskari Laaksonen is the most notable name. Beyond that, it's a bit bleak. Chase Prisky seems like a quality AHLer, and Miska Kukkonen has some very nice tools to be something at the NHL level, possibly with some pro experience in Liga under his belt. With that said, Dahlin and Jokiharju are 22 and 23 respectively, and are the future of the right side of the Buffalo blue line. Yeah, we're going to see Dahlin also play left, I'm sure, guys. You know, for those of you pulling out your hair saying, my God, why are we only going to... No, we're going to play him both. You know, he's too good not to. So he's going to play both. Next clip. Next man up, Jack Quinn. The 8th overall pick in the 2020 NHL draft had an incredible season in the AHL last year, putting up 61 points in 45 games with the Rochester Americans. Quinn is a lethal dual threat offensive threat. His playmaking ability isn't overly dynamic, but he has excellent vision and pinpoint passing when distributing the puck in the offensive zone. Quinn's shot is his biggest strength, with a clear ability to score from just about any side of the ice. Quinn's game outside of the offensive zone has improved greatly as well. He may never be a true difference maker as a transition player, but he has displayed much more confidence with the puck on his stick and moving through the neutral zone as a transporter. The former Ottawa 67 star has shown more engagement in his end, forcing the issue and creating turnovers by simply putting in more effort. The Sabres have room for him to take a spot on the right wing in training camp, and it's Jack Quinn's spot to lose. And before I get to, give me one sec. Sorry, folks. It is hot. And I got one more clip coming your way. Here we go. Prospect depth chart notables. This is what we all came to see. And on the left wing, JJ Peterka, Isaac Rosen, Alexander Kisakov, Prokhor Poltapov. At center, isn't that nice to see now, eh, guys? Look at that. Matthew Savoy, Noah Oslin, Yuri Kulich, I got to get used to saying, Matty Patar. You know, like, center now is a strength in this franchise officially now because of last draft. Right wing, Jack Quinn, Oliver Nadeau. Left defense, Owen Power, Ryan Johnson, Mats Lindgren. Right defense, Oskari Laaksonen. And in goaltending, UPL, Topias Leninen, Eric Portillo, Devin Levi. I thought that was a good little article, you know. It wasn't too bad, not too long, which I kind of liked. Makes it easier in my life if it's a little less. But you know what? They're talking about the right-sided defense. I get it, I do. But for me, center is way more important, and goaltending is way more important than a right-sided defenseman. A right-sided defenseman you can get at the deadline if you have to, you know. But I'm talking in the pipeline for now. We can't have every spot covered, right? We can't have every single thing covered 100%. So it takes some time, you know. But, you know, looking at this, by the way, Oliver Nadeau, guys, I didn't report it, is out 6 months, 4 to 6 months. So I'm just going to say 6 months. He's out. He might be out most of the year. He's out injured. And I was reading up on it, actually, and my goodness, you know. But the good news is let me just get you just a bit of information on that injury. Injury update. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, he's going to be out 4 to 6 months. Nadeau is expected to be sidelined 4 to 6 months after undergoing shoulder surgery. It was reported by the Buffalo News. So, bad news. You know, he had one hell of a year. And I'm sure he'll be back. Look, he's young, right? He'll be back this year, most likely. And when he does come back, he'll heal quicker than you and I would, that's for sure. So he'll be back as long as there's no complications with the surgery. And he'll be back. He'll be back, though, in the junior level, though. He won't be like anywhere else, I'm pretty sure, but the junior level. I'm guessing this year. We'll see. So yeah, I was really impressed by that article, guys. I like to read stuff about our kids. And here's the thing for me, you know, it's like, I don't want the pipeline not to get, I want to leave it alone and leave it there. It's fun to look at, isn't it? It's like that, I don't know, that thing you want to buy in a store. And once you have it at home, it's not the same anymore because you're not chasing it anymore. But of course, I realize, you know, the Sabres got to get these kids in the lineup and they got to become pros eventually. And the team's got to get better and start to win more, especially come playoff time or regular season time. Call it what you want, you know. And you know what? This is another thing that drives me nuts. It's like, how could the majority of fans, because I was reading, I read an article that a Buffalo fan posted. It was an article, and it was about the 2006 squad, you know. And one Buffalo fan posted this just 10 days ago. He goes, "It's so sad we have this disgusting mess that we have now on our hands when we once used to have this." So this guy is clued out. He has no clue about the prospects or nothing. He has no clue. And that's why one of the main reasons I started my channels, because I see stuff like that and it just kills me inside to read. It's like, are you serious? You know, or we got to get, you know, Peterka up, or else it's a bust. The team, you know, if we don't get Peterka up, we don't, you know, like, give me a break. 20 guys. 20 guys. It takes 20 guys to win the cup, not one. So please, you know, Jack Eichel fans and all that. No, no, no. It takes 20 guys to get it done, guys. You know it. So I'm going to go with that. We got, in my opinion, the best prospect pool in hockey. And that's it. That's it. And I want to keep it that way while they graduate, if you get what I'm saying. So we're going to have to be very smart with our picks in the future, because you only got one of each, right? So you've got to hit that point. And then when the team is not worrying so much about the prospect pool and we're worried about winning a Stanley Cup, because, you know, of course you want to keep it healthy, but eventually you want to win a Stanley Cup. That's the whole goal of all of this. That's when it's okay to start trading those picks, when we're getting close to a cup. Okay, now we can make a real cup run this year. Do we make this trade, you know? We'll talk about that hopefully in a few years, guys. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get back, I'm gonna take my dog out and get out of this sweater, I'm dying. See you folks later.